Well, with Mother's Day approaching, a Columbus, Mississippi mom has so much to celebrate. This time last year, Margaret Rollins was in the hospital with her daughter and separated from her young son.
But on Sunday, the family will be at home celebrating their 16-month-old daughter Adeline's second chance. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here now with their story. Beth?
And Tom and Tanae, what a powerful story it is, because Adeline is now healthy for the first time in her young life. She wakes up ready to go. And it's all because of a gift from her mother and a surgery that has opened the door for other sick children at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Are you bringing good news?
Yes, absolutely.
Back at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for a checkup, Adeline Rollins seems to be making up for lost time.
Her energy level's out of this world. And I didn't realize it until after her transplant how miserable that baby must have been. And she could still smile.
Born with biliary atresia, Adeline was in liver failure. Her belly swelling with fluid. She was struggling to eat and drink, sleeping up to 20 hours a day.
That was the worst experience ever. I mean, you're helpless. You're sitting there watching your baby essentially die.
After one surgery at 6 weeks didn't help, John Michael and Margaret Rollins began to understand a liver transplant was Adeline's only option. But could she hold on?
That's the question, is how much time do we have, and you have no way of knowing.
In December, just as Adeline was waitlisted for a deceased donor liver, something odd was happening here.
Atlanta has always gotten organs very quickly for children at CHOA, and all of a sudden they weren't.
With more than 20 children backing up on the waiting list for a liver transplant, Dr. Joseph Maglioka and the Children's Transplant team decided that Adeline's best option was for her mother to be her donor. This would be the first living donor liver transplant here in nearly 4 years.
The beautiful part of a living donor is it's a perfectly healthy liver from a perfectly healthy person.
And livers grow back.
And that allows us to take a piece from mom and have her liver grow back and regenerate. And she's got more than enough to be healthy. And we can give a piece to the child, and that will grow and grow with the child for life.
February 20th, Margaret said goodbye to Adeline at Children's.
And I just was able to, lay my hand on her head and give her a kiss.
Then she walked across the street to Emory University Hospital for her part of this transplant.
That was the reason why I was here, on this planet, was to save her. For some reason, I don't know why.
And someday when she's ready, Margaret and John Michael will tell Adeline this story.
A miracle is the smallest term that I could ever use to describe it, because it's much more than that. It's something I never thought I would experience my entire life, because, my daughter was not supposed to live. And now she's here and she's thriving because of a small sacrifice that I made.
And since Adeline's surgery in February, 2 other mothers have donated a piece of their liver to their daughters at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and 2 more transplants like this are scheduled, and 35 people have signed up in Adeline's honor to become tissue and organ donors after their death. So Tom and Tanae, she continues to have a ripple effect. Her story does.
Most definitely. I'm wondering why, when there are so many children who are in need of these transplants, don't they do more of the living donor transplants?
Well, I think it is because of the risks involved to the donor. It is major surgery, and so there are real risks when you put a healthy donor in there, even if she's a healthy donor. There are some risks to the mother, so they don't want to do this unless they have to do this. But with so many kids waiting and kids sicker than Adeline needing those livers, they felt like this was her best option.
Adeline and her mom are going to now share a very special bond.
Yeah.
All right, Beth, thanks.
Thanks, Beth.